Once again, we've moved around, we're sitting these elephants again, and a beautiful surprise for us, apart from the fact that she's coming to have a look at us as well. This is the female that we've been talking about, the one with a bit of trunk missing. And I'm just trying to remember, maybe those of you guys chatting on Twitter can remind me again, the name we came up with earlier, the Shangaan word meaning shorty, something with an M, I can't remember it now. But that's her. You can see the trunk just a little bit shorter, maybe 5 or 10% at the most of it missing. But she's a great female, this. And as we were just talking about it earlier, yesterday, during the drive again, the name for this female, she is walking away from us now, but I think there's a bit of serendipity here. If you guys can please just remind me, I know that quite a few were talking about it in Twitter. Malonga. Thank you very much. I like that name, Malonga. Malonga. Let's go see if she likes it. There's two youngsters playing over there. This is just such a brilliant time. I mean, this is late afternoon. I'm feeling so relaxed when you've had such an amazing afternoon. I mean, that young calf, elephants doing their thing. They spread out all over the place. There's 40 or 50 elephants here. Lovely time. Are we going closer to her? Catherine just asking, hello Catherine. Do elephants ever have twins? I know it has been recorded, it's not typical, but it does happen on occasion. You can imagine that's quite a workload for the mum after that. Malonga. I like Malonga. He's eating a variety of foods there. Very, very dexterous with the trunk, so still very capable of picking up and breaking little things. Eating some grass, some leaves, some twigs. I think we're going to move again. Malonga. Nice to see you. We'll try and remember that name. That is a lovely name, guys. Very well done. I like the fact that the team effort came up with it in the end. Still relevant to the elephant, but also just a beautiful sounding name. Please remind me of that again if we see you next time. Those of you guys that are good at remembering things. David in the UK. Hello, David. You were asking just now if in a situation where the young elephant is maybe playing with us like earlier, or we're going into the herd and you maybe, the young elephant's off to the side a bit, isn't there a danger that the mother might think that the youngster is in danger from us and then attack you because of it? Certainly that is, and I think one must never ever forget, and this is almost a cliche, but we must never forget that these are wild animals. Anything can happen. But we must also forget that they are intelligent animals, and that you must gauge their mood and understand things before you go into the herd. In other words, don't just drive up to a young elephant standing by itself. See where there is the mother, what are they doing, build up to it. Like that one earlier, the mum was 100% aware of the fact that the baby was playing with us. She wasn't concerned about it, and therefore they're also not irrational animals. The elephant's not just going to suddenly sort of, snap into a different mood and decide, well, I've been relaxed with this vehicle and their presence for the last hour, half an hour, now I'm going to chase them. But by the same token, if you get a feeling that they may be a little bit on edge, then don't push them. They are a family. We are all very protective of our youngsters. Speaking of youngsters, let's go look at that one up close, because it seems like a little bit of play going on there. This is the first young calf we saw. Sorry, old girl, I'm just going to, let me stop here. I don't want to push her unnecessarily, but the one on the left, oh, what do we look at, Brian? Let's look at this one. Okay. If that youngster gets into play mode again, then we'll go over that side. But Beautiful light now, guys. This really is, it's talked about as the golden hour. Any photographic industry, whether it's fashion or advertising or wildlife, this golden hour is always sought after. The beautiful soft light, not just the softness or the texture of the light, but also the angle. You really get the low angles, you get nice contrast. So it really is a beautiful time of the day, and what a beautiful situation to find ourselves in for that. Oh, I love good questions. Terry, that's a great question. In fact, we were talking about it. I'll answer that question in a second. This is just, I'm really like a kid in a candy shop at the moment. We've got elephants around us here. I wish we could sort of whip your head around left and right, because we've got this beautiful female here feeding with that you can literally... This is just amazing, and they really are I mean, I love leopard, and I love to see tigers down the line, but elephants got a very special place in my heart. And just look at that. How can you not have a soft spot for elephants? But Terry, you were asking if that young elephant, why do we call it a mock charge? Because it seemed a pretty real charge for that young ellie. And we were just saying that. We were saying, imagine, because I looked at him for a while and I thought, you know what? What if that elephant doesn't stop? Maybe he's so into this now that he's going to run all the way through and maybe stop right up against us. Guys, this is just awesome though. Here's the big female next to us. What a large female. The youngster's almost touching us in the front. Maybe even going to touch us. Look, it's coming right up to the car. It was watching the other one earlier. This is a different calf. Amazing. Hey, little guy. Terry, I'm going to continue with that answer just now, because it's a question that I was thinking about myself just a few minutes ago. What an afternoon. So Terry, let's finish that conversation. You were saying, why do we call it a mock charge, and would we have still called it a mock charge if the elephant pushed through on that one? Well, the term mock charge, I guess we're optimistic again, as all wildlife enthusiasts have to be. You know, we're always optimistic and thinking we're going to find things, and you have to be optimistic when there's a big 4, 5, 6 ton elephant running at you and you presume it's a mock charge. Had the elephant not stopped, obviously it wouldn't have not been a mock charge, it would have been a carried through charge. But I had exactly that same thing. I was actually looking through the viewfinder on my camera. I was taking a few pictures of it. As I don't want to turn right now, just because the youngster's right behind us. And keep in mind, it took a lot of courage, even though Mum was close by, to come so close to us. So I don't want to give him a fright now. We've got other elephants here, another 4 or 5 around us. There's more coming out on the right. Yeah, candy shop stuff. We are going to turn in a bit, but I just want to give this little guy a minute. But Terry, I was looking through my viewfinder on the camera, and I had that little thought in my mind as well. And I knew it wasn't going to not stop, just because at that stage it had been close to the vehicle. The vehicle is bigger than it, so it knows that it's going to probably run into something that's not going to move. But at the same time, you know, maybe you got so caught up in the moment, you thought, well, today I'm going to be a big elephant. I'm going to carry it through. Yeah, that was a special one. You know what I love about that as well is that all of us that saw that this afternoon, every single one of us, maybe it's your 2,000 or 3,000 times that you've been on Game Drive with us, maybe it's your first time, maybe it was the first 5 minutes, maybe you only joined us later on for the highlight when we showed it again, but all of us that shared that moment this afternoon have shared something that we'll remember for a long time. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we'll be on a Game Drive somewhere, maybe elsewhere in the world, and we'll have a beautiful, magical moment with an elephant. And we'll go, oh, remember that time in Africa when we were sitting at Juma And that baby elephant was playing around and standing on his back legs, and he did that massive run away from us and that massive full tilt charge at us. And all of us that shared that moment would remember it. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about this experience, is that we're sharing things. We're not just showing you things or telling them in the way that we think you want to hear them. You can sit here with us, make your own conclusions, ask your own questions, have your own thoughts, and experience your own emotions. Shared, because I'm sure all of us were elated and happy at that moment. And that truly is one of the magic bits of what we're doing right now. I'm going to turn just a little bit. This young guy's moved off slightly. I'm curious about him. Let's give him the opportunity to be curious about us. The light is just getting better. We've got about another, I think that's a log behind us. We have about another 15, 20 minutes maybe of beautiful light. All right, Brian? Cool, thank you. Pay attention to where we're driving. Keep in mind we're also driving through the bush at the moment. There's holes and sticks and logs and stumps and things everywhere. Now normally, to come back to that question earlier about mothers and babies and not wanting to give them a fright, I wouldn't normally just drive up next to elephants like this, but keep in mind we've been with this herd now for an hour or so. They are well used to us. She just walked past us a few seconds ago, so we can do this now. They know us. Just moved around the side here, just to come and sit with these guys again. I know some elephants can look like the next elephant, but these two are the ones that just walked past us a few minutes ago. So mother and calf. As we just about to say goodbye to these ellies, I do want to go look around as we get closer to sunset. And I think we can be more than happy with what we've experienced this afternoon. Another little highlight here at the end. So for now, I think we're going to say goodbye to these elephants. Not easy though, I'm going to have to tear myself away. Hopefully we see them tomorrow. They are right in the middle of the area that we're traversing, so I think they'll drink at Gari Dam tonight later. That's the way they're moving now. Very good chance we'll find them in the morning again. But for now, it's been brilliant with them. Hayden is exploring. Enjoy the drive with him. I'll see you a little bit later again.